After you're signing into the account, then it's now time to actually start uploading the documents. So in order for you to start uploading the documents and pay the fee and submit your PGWP application, you have to scroll down. You have to, under start an application, there's this option, apply to come to Canada. Right under start an application, it says apply to come to Canada. This is where you want to click on. Then you want to scroll down, all the way down. Under determine your eligibility and apply online, you want to click on the first option, visitor visa, study and work permit. Then we have to start answering some questions. So let's do it together. First question is, what would you like to do in Canada? We're applying for PGWP, and we want to work, so we're going to choose work. How long are you planning to stay? It's going to be temporarily, more than 6 months. And then it's asking for the code that matches the one on your passport. In my case, for my passport, it's going to be Turkey. I have to pick Turkey. You got to look at your passport and pick the right code. If your passport was issued in India and the code that matches the one on your passport is for India, then you want to pick India. That depends on your passport. Just look at your passport. Then the next question, what is your current country or territory of residence? If you're presently in Canada, then you should select Canada. So we are in Canada, we're going to just go ahead and pick Canada. It's asking if you have a family member who is a Canadian citizen or permanent resident who is 18 years or older. If you have, just go ahead and click yes. If you don't, just go ahead and click no. I'm just going to say yes. But if you don't, that's totally fine. Just go ahead and click no. Then it's asking for your date of birth. Let me just pick the date of birth here. I'm going to say August 4th. Then we're going to say next, and we're going to start answering some more questions. It's asking if you're a permanent resident of United States or if you have a valid U.S. citizenship. No. Next. Then it's asking for your immigration status. We are currently a student, so we are going to say a student. Then we're going to click on next. It's asking if you plan to work on campus. The answer is no. Click next. Then it's asking if you're a full-time student at a participating post-secondary institution and want to work off campus up to 20 hours per week. That's a no, because we are applying for postgraduate work permit. That means we have finished our studies and we're no longer a full-time student. So that's going to be no. It's next question. Have you recently graduated from a participating Canadian post-secondary institution for which your study program was a full-time and a minimum of 8 months? Yes. Next question. Is your work an essential part of your studies? That's no, it's not. So I'm just going to pick no. Then we're going to click on next. It's asking, have you been told by an IRCC office that you are approved in principle for permanent residence in Canada? No. Have you submitted a permanent resident application in Canada? No. Do you have a written job offer? No. Then we're going to click on next. Next question is asking, do you have an official letter from your school that confirms you've completed your study program as well as a copy of your final transcript? That's a yes. Then we're going to click on next. The marital status, we're going to say never married or single. Then it's asking, what is your province or territory of destination? If visiting multiple provinces or territories, select the one in which you will be spending the most of your time. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Ontario. I am in Ontario. I'm planning to stay in Ontario, so I'm just going to pick Ontario. Then it's going to bring you to this page. So this is where you want to pick the graduate work permit in Canada option. You want to click on continue right here. You're clicking on the right option. The second one, postgraduate work permit in Canada. This is the one you want to click on. This is the one that we are filling out the application for and we're planning to apply for. So you're just going to go ahead and click on continue. Then it's going to bring you to this page. Then you want to click on continue again. Now it's just gonna ask you some questions, the proper document checklist. So from now on, every question that you start answering is just to determine what documents you must submit to IRCC, what applications you must fill out. It's just trying to give you your customized document checklist. The document checklist that we went over earlier, this is just, this is basically it. So again, this part of the application here, it's just asking you some question to give you your customized document checklist. I'm going to go ahead and answer the question, and I'm going to show you what I actually mean by this. So it's asking if you have an official letter from your school that confirms you've completed your studies, as well as your final transcript. Yes. So now it's asking if you have a medical, if you have had a medical exam performed by RCC planned physician within the last 12 months. I don't. If you have, then you want to go ahead and click yes. Then it's going to bring you to this page. If you click no, it's going to bring you to this page. This is just saying that a medical exam is needed for people in these categories. The first category is people who want to stay in Canada for more than 6 months and have lived in another country for more than 6 months in the past year. If you're planning to stay in Canada for more than 6 months and during the past year you were living in, let's say, Afghanistan for 6 months or more, for more than 6 months, let's say you were living there for 7 months, then you must, for this question right here, do you fit into one category? Then you must say yes. But if you haven't lived in any other country other than Canada for more than 6 months during the past year, then you do not fit in this category. And the answer for to these questions for most of the applicant is no. The second category is for people who intend to work in one of these jobs. If you plan to become a medical student, or if you plan to become a health science worker, then you have to say yes to this question again. But again, if you don't fall into either of these categories, the first bullet point and the second bullet point, if you don't fall into either of those categories, you just pick no. So I don't want to work in any of these jobs here, and I was not living in another country for more than 6 months during the past year besides Canada. So the answer to this question will be a no for me. Again, if you didn't live in any other country but Canada during the last year for more than 6 months, and if you do not want to work in any of these categories, you just pick no, and then you move on to the next section. Is basically the same question. It's asking if you intend to work in any of these jobs. Again, I said no, and I'm not planning to, so I'm just going to pick no, and I'm going to click on next. Then it's asking if you want to submit an application for a family member. I'm going to pick no. And here it's going to ask you if you're giving someone access to your application. So remember how I told you earlier that if you want to have IRCC share your information with someone other than you, then you must fill out an extra document. This is the document that you must, here, oops. So as I said before, if you want RCC to share your information with someone other than you, you must fill out an extra form, which is this one, which is this right here. Or if you want to have a representative, then you must also fill out this form. So this part of the application is basically saying the same thing. It's asking you, are you giving someone access to your application? If you say yes to this part, then you have to fill out extra applications. Like if you want to have someone to be your representative, then you have to fill out the application that is appropriate for having a representative. Then, or if you want to have IRCC share your information with somebody other than you, then you want to fill out an application for that. So you're going to have to fill out extra applications if you pick any of these three options. If you say yes to, if you pick any of these three options, then you have to fill out extra applications other than the application that we just filled earlier, application to change conditions. Other than that, you have to fill out some other application. But since we don't want to have RCC to share our information with anyone and we don't have a representative, we're going to say no, and we're going to go ahead and click next. Then it's asking if in the past 10 years you have given your fingerprints and photo for biometrics for an application. That's a yes. Then we're going to say, we're going to click on next. Then it's asking, there are fees associated with the application. Will you be paying the fees or are you fee exempt? The option will be yes, I will be paying my application fee. This is the one that I am picking. Then I'm going to click on next. Then it's asking if you are able to make a digital copy of your documents with a scanner or camera. Yes. Next, will you be paying your application fee online? You do need a credit card to pay your application fee online, so make sure you have a credit card ready. Then you're going to say yes, and then you're going to move on to the next question. Oh, okay. After you're done answering all the questions, you can just go over all the questions, review them, make sure they're right. If there's any mistake, you can just click this button right here, this right here, and edit that section, or edit those questions, or edit the answer to those questions. And then if you see that all the answers are correct and you want to move on to the next section, you just scroll down and click on continue. Then it's going to bring you to this part. This is just a general guideline of everything that you should do. So for example, for step 3 is talking about uploading the document, and it's just giving you some tips when you're uploading the document, like the maximum size for each file, or that you don't need to print your application and sign it by hand. You don't have to do that. And that one file will be allowed per document type. It's just giving you some general information and some tips. It wouldn't hurt if you go over it and try to read them for your knowledge, just to make sure that you know exactly what you're doing. If feel free to go over all this information. And then for the step 4 is just letting you know that you have to pay the fee, and that once you pay the fee, you will receive a payment confirmation page. And when your payment has completed processing, you will receive a message with your confirmation number and a link to your payment receipt. When you're done, you just scroll down and click on continue. Then it's going to bring you to this page. This is your document checklist. This is going to show the applications that you must upload and fill out and upload. We've already filled out this application. It's going to show you the supporting document that you must upload. It's going to show you the optional document. For example, section. If you have an explanation letter, or if you have extra document that you want to attach, this is where you can attach them. And the last section is going to talk about the fee, which is $255. And we're just going to go ahead and upload the documents and the application that it's asking us to upload. Again, this page might be different if you have chosen to have your information shared with somebody else. For example, if you said that I want a representative, then under the application form, you're going to see this application to change condition, as well as another document, as well as another application to have a representative. So under the optional document, right in front of client information, this is where you can upload your explanation letter, and this is where you can upload the document checklist. Make sure to include the document checklist, because on the document checklist that we earlier did together, here it says this document checklist is one of the forms that you need to submit with your application. So make sure to include that document checklist. You can just include it, you can just upload it here right in front of client information. This is where you want to attach your document checklist. This is where you can attach any other documents or any other explanation letter that you might have. If you don't have any other documents, if you don't have an explanation letter, if your case is very straightforward, then you're good. You don't have to attach any of those, but make sure you include the document checklist. Then you can just move on to the fee section. And as I mentioned, when you attach the document, this is going to turn green and it's going to says uploaded, like these ones here. And if you don't provide it, it's just gonna, if you don't attach anything, it's just gonna show not provided. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and upload my documents. As you can see, I have uploaded all of the document as well as the application as well as my optional document, which again, this is just my document checklist that we filled out together earlier. Again, if you don't have any other document, make sure you still attach your document checklist. And one more thing that I need to make sure to state here, you can only attach one document under each one of this. So in explanation letter, and you also wanna attach, your document checklist. And if you have some other like documents, then you can just make them all into one PDF, and then you can just upload that PDF in front of client information where it says upload form. You can just upload all of them in there, but make sure you make them into one PDF. After you're done, then you can just scroll down. As you can see, when you attach all the documents, I have attached all the documents and application and everything. As you can see, after I've attached everything, the next button turns blue, and I can easily click on next and go to the next section, which is paying the fee. But again, if you don't attach the optional document, I'm just gonna show you an example. If you don't attach it, the next button is still gonna turn blue. So when I tell you that optional document is optional, that's what I mean. You can still move on to the next section. However, as I mentioned, make sure that you include document checklist. Scroll down, click on the next button, and then it's going to bring you to this part, your declaration and electronic signature. You can just scroll down, and here it says, here you have to select I agree. Then you scroll down, you have to type your name, use capital words. I'm just gonna go ahead and say and then your last name, you enter your first name here, you enter your last name here, and then the city, you answer one of your security questions. So you answer one of your, they make you to answer one of your security questions. This is going to be different for everyone. So depending on the security question that you answer, this question right here will be different for everyone. This is just the question that I chose for my security question. Yours going to be definitely different. I'm just going to go ahead and type the answer to my security question. After I typed it, and I want to go ahead and make sure everything is attached. Just review everything one more time. This is the list of everything that you have attached. This part right here is the list of everything you have attached. This is just a summary of fees. You have to pay $255, and then you have to make sure your name is there, your family name, and then you make sure that you answer your security question, and then click on sign. After you do that, you are gonna scroll down, and then you are gonna click on transmit and pay button. Now it's asking you to pay for your application. You must pay in order for you to be able to move on to the next section, to the next step, which is submitting your application. So we're just going to click on transmit and pay. Then it's going to ask you to enter your bank account information. Then you go ahead and enter your bank account information and you click on checkout, and you can finally submit your application. Hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.